chosen one. Listen closely, because right now heaven is leaning in. The atmosphere around you stills, as if every unseen angel halts mid-flight just to witness this moment when you finally understand why your obedience in the dark shook the realm of darkness itself. You think what you survived was ordinary, but it was not. You walked through nights where your heart trembled, where confusion hissed in your ear, where silence felt louder than storms, yet you obeyed. You stayed aligned when everything tried to scatter you. You held on to God when shadows whispered that He had forgotten you. And that is why this message finds you now, at this exact breath. Not earlier, not later, right now, because you are stepping into the beginning of your lifting. You must hear this. There were moments when you whispered prayers through clenched teeth, moments when you obeyed, even when obedience cost you relationships, comfort, pride, opportunities, and even pieces of yourself. While others chose shortcuts, you chose surrender. While others bowed to pressure, you held to conviction. You did not know it, but every act of obedience in the dark set off a sound in the spiritual realm like a bell that only angels can hear. And when that bell rings, heaven responds. Chosen one, this is why your atmosphere has felt strange lately, why you've been feeling watched but not by danger, watched by heaven, observed by angels positioned for transition. You obeyed in the dark, and obedience activates elevation. Obedience summons assistance. Obedience is the signal that tells heaven, this one is ready. And now, the angels are taking their assigned places around you. For a long time, you walked without encouragement, without applause, without anyone seeing the battles you fought. But God saw every tear. He heard every whisper. He counted every step you took in faith. Heaven recorded every moment where you could have turned away but didn't. Someone else would have given up. Someone else would have collapsed. Someone else would have chosen the easy path. But not you. You are not someone else. You are chosen. The writings of David in the Psalms remind you of this truth. Psalm 23, verse 4. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. This valley of shadow, the season you just endured, was not punishment. It was placement, a shaping ground, a proving ground, a place where heaven measured your heart, not your performance. A place where your faith was not seen by crowds, but by God alone. And because you were faithful in the quiet, He is about to reward you in the light. You are rising now, not by human help, not by coincidence, not by luck. Angels are lifting you, not metaphorically, spiritually. Your elevation will be unseen before it becomes undeniable. You will feel it before others notice it. Something in you will expand. Something around you will shift. Something above you will open. The very air around your name changes. But hear this. Chosen one, elevation demands awareness. Do not drift. Do not scroll away. Do not disconnect from the voice speaking to you right now. If you sense this message pressing against your spirit, that is because it is for you, not for the crowd. Heaven isn't broadcasting this. Heaven is targeting you, and because you have reached the turning point of your story. I must tell you this, you are entering a season where God exposes what once hid in silence, reveals what once confused you, and elevates what once felt overlooked. The obedience you carried quietly becomes the foundation of your public rising. But before the angels lift you further, I need you to anchor yourself to this moment. Take a breath. Feel heaven's attention on you. Feel the weight of destiny settling on your shoulders, not heavy, but rightful. You do not step into light as a stranger. You step into light as one who was always meant for it. This is the hour where your story changes. Before you move on, chosen one, pause and seal this moment. If this word touches your spirit, if something in you whispers, "This is for me," then like, share, and comment to keep this message circling in your atmosphere. And if you haven't yet, subscribe so you do not miss what God is unfolding for you in this journey. Your alignment is part of your elevation. Now, to mark your obedience and your readiness, comment the prophetic number 777 below. You feel it before you fully understand it, an invisible stirring, a shift in the atmosphere around your life. Something has awakened in the unseen realm. And though your physical world has not changed yet, your spirit knows. The angels are taking their positions. This is the moment heaven begins arranging what belongs to you. The moment when divine order replaces the chaos that tried to swallow you. You may not see wings or hear thunder, but you sense alignment happening just beyond the veil. Chosen one. The realm of the spirit has always been more real than the realm of sight. While you battled doubt, discouragement, and loneliness, angels were already tracking your obedience. They observed how you refused to bow to pressure. They noted every moment you resisted what was convenient in order to choose what was right. Now, that obedience becomes the signal announcing your transition. You are stepping into a shift so profound that the unseen realm has begun preparing the way before you take a single step. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. Chapter 31, verse 16. Restrain your voice from weeping and your eyes from tears, for your work will be rewarded. Those words are not ancient. They are active in your life right now. Your work has been seen. Your tears have been counted. And your reward is already being carried toward you by angelic hands. Your life is entering a divine rearrangement. You may feel an unexplained heaviness lifting from your shoulders, as though something invisible you've been carrying is finally being removed. That is because angels are repositioning what surrounds you. They are clearing out spiritual debris, old disappointments, old fears, old attachments that no longer belong to the destiny you are stepping into. There is a holy sweeping taking place, a cleansing of the path ahead. You don't have to force anything, push anything, or manipulate anything. Heaven is doing what you cannot do. You have walked through seasons where the darkness felt stubborn, where breakthrough felt delayed, where prayers felt unanswered. Yet even in those seasons, angels were instructed to hold back certain breakthroughs until the exact moment when your heart was mature, ready, and aligned. Heaven never withholds to punish you. Heaven withholds to prepare you. And now, preparation gives way to movement. Feel the shift. The air around your name is different. What resisted you before begins to give way. People who once overlooked you begin sensing something different in your presence. Opportunities that stayed silent begin to stir. This is not coincidence. This is orchestration. When heaven decides to lift a chosen one, nothing can remain the same. But elevation begins quietly. Angels do not start by lifting you into visibility. They start by lifting you into clarity. They begin whispering to your spirit things you once ignored. They highlight problems you once tolerated. They draw your attention to places where your discernment sharpens. You begin seeing through motives. You begin feeling misalignment faster. You begin sensing the difference between what feeds your spirit and what drains it. This is the early sign that the angelic positioning has begun. There are moments. Chosen one. When you feel a strange stillness around you, not an emptiness, but a pause. That pause is not abandonment, it is preparation. Angels often move in silence before they move in power. They take their stations. They guard your steps. They form a hedge around your next chapter. You have not been walking alone. You have been walking escorted, shielded, and monitored by the ones assigned to your destiny long before you understood you even had one. The heaviness you feel lifting is not just emotion, it is spiritual. Every weight you carried in secrecy is now being transferred. Angels lift what you can no longer hold so that you can walk into the season prepared for you. Every chosen one goes through this moment, the moment where heaven takes over. You begin to notice divine timing, aligning with precision. Conversations shift. Paths cross. Thoughts you ignored become instructions. The right words reach you at the right time. You feel led, nudged, guided. This is not random. This is angelic activity, directing your steps even when you think you're simply thinking. Heaven has a way of whispering inside your thoughts so that you recognize what you once missed. Chosen one. The angels are not simply visiting you. They are positioning themselves to lift you. They are forming a circle of protection around what God is about to reveal in your life. They are preparing the stage of your next breakthrough. They move with purpose, your purpose. You have reached the point where heaven's movements begin to synchronize with your steps. What felt delayed will now feel accelerated. What felt blocked will now begin to open. You have stepped into the hour of alignment. There is a weight you carried that no one ever truly saw. Chosen one. People may have noticed fragments of your struggle, your quiet sighs, your tired eyes, your forced smiles, but they never understood the depth of what pressed against your soul. They never saw the nights you stayed awake, battling thoughts you couldn't speak out loud. They never heard the prayers you whispered into your pillow, or the silent cries you hid behind closed doors. But heaven saw, angels saw, God saw, and that weight you carried alone became the very proof of your loyalty, your endurance, and your calling. Chosen one. Many around you assumed you were fine because you kept functioning, kept showing up, kept smiling. But you were holding spiritual boulders while walking on a battlefield no one else discerned. You carried responsibilities that belonged to people who abandoned you. You held together environments that would have collapsed without your presence. You became the emotional pillar for people who never once checked on your heart. You gave strength to those who drained yours. And through it all, you stayed kind. You stayed faithful. You stayed obedient. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 25, anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. You lived this verse without even realizing it. The anxiety, the hidden fear, the pressure, it all weighed your heart down, yet you still spoke life to others. You still encouraged people while you were breaking inside. You still gave warmth in seasons when you received none. This is why heaven marks you as chosen, not because your life has been easy, but because you carried more than your share with integrity. There were moments you felt like you were sinking under responsibilities you never asked for. Moments when you wondered why you had to be the strong one. Moments when you questioned why you felt so alone in your struggle. But what you didn't know was that every ounce of pressure was shaping you. Every silent battle was forging something unshakable inside you. Every unseen burden was training your spirit to withstand elevations others cannot survive. The weight you carried alone was not punishment. It was preparation. Because chosen ones are not built in applause, they are built in pressure. People assume your strength is natural, but it was born in nights of breaking and rebuilding. They admire your resilience, but do not understand. It came from seasons where you had no choice but to be strong. They see the calm on your face, but not the storms you survived. You learned to hold yourself together when everything seemed to be falling apart around you. You didn't grow strong accidentally. You grew strong because you carried what would have crushed others. And now, heaven is lifting that weight from your shoulders. You may feel something shifting, a lightness, a subtle release, a quiet breath you didn't know you'd been holding. That is the spiritual relief that comes when angels begin taking what you no longer have to carry. You do not have to shoulder the world anymore. You do not have to pretend anymore. You do not have to suffer silently anymore. What once rested on you is being removed from you. Chosen one. This is why your spirit has been feeling different lately. Why you feel like something is leaving you, even if your circumstances haven't fully changed yet. Heaven always removes the weight internally before transformation shows externally. You are being unburdened from the inside out. But I want you to mark this moment clearly. Not with noise, not with a shout, with a declaration short, simple, but powerful. Comment: I release this. Now let me tell you why. Because the moment you declare it, you align your spirit with what heaven is already doing. You are not commenting for me. You are commenting to give your soul permission to let go of what it has carried for too long. When you type those 3 words, you break agreement with the burdens that were never yours to hold. You acknowledge that your season of carrying alone is ending. You make room for the lifting that is already happening in the unseen. Your comment becomes a spiritual agreement, a symbolic act, a spoken release. So type it as a declaration of freedom, because the weight you carried alone is no longer yours. Heaven has taken it from your hands. You enter now into the testing grounds of the chosen, a place you did not choose, but a place that chose you. These grounds are not made of dirt or sand. They are made of silence, pressure, delay, and inner stretching. They are the hidden classrooms where God trains his warriors away from crowds, away from comfort, away from the safety of applause. You walked through this terrain, not realizing what it was preparing you for. You thought you were simply enduring hardship, but heaven calls it refinement. Chosen one. Every great vessel is shaped in secrecy. Gold is not forged in open fields, but in fire. Diamonds are not formed in sunlight, but under earth-crushing pressure. Trees that stand tallest grew their roots in darkness. And you, yes, you were trained in the exact same way. You were not punished. You were prepared. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 2. The Lord your God led you through the wilderness these 40 years to humble you, testing you to know what was in your heart. Your wilderness may not have lasted 40 years, but the purpose was the same, to reveal your heart, to refine your character, and to strengthen your spirit for the destiny ahead. You walked through seasons where your prayers felt unanswered, where progress seemed invisible, where life moved slower than your faith. You mistook it for stagnation. But it was calibration. God was adjusting you on the inside long before He elevated you on the outside. In these testing grounds, you discovered parts of yourself you never knew existed. You learned what patience really means. You learned what surrender truly costs. You learned that obedience is not obedience until it hurts. And you learned that trust is not trust until you have no evidence except the whisper of God in your spirit. These grounds stripped you of self-reliance so that you could become fully reliant on the one who called you. There were days when you felt invisible, like no one saw the battles you fought. But that invisibility was intentional. God hides His strongest soldiers when He trains them. He removes the noise so you can hear Him. He removes the crowd so you can grow without distraction. He removes the comfort so you can develop muscles you didn't know you needed. And those muscles, spiritual resilience, divine discernment, supernatural endurance, are now the very tools you will use in the season ahead. Chosen one. The testing grounds are not meant to break you. They are meant to separate you, to pull you away from the versions of yourself that cannot enter your new season, to detach you from patterns that once limited you, to free you from people who could not carry your calling. You may not have understood why certain friendships faded, why certain connections dissolved, why certain doors never opened. But heaven understood. God removes what will sabotage your future long before your future arrives. And in these grounds, you faced battles that made you question your worth. You wondered if you were strong enough. You wondered if you were chosen at all. But you did not realize that questioning is part of refining. When God allows the testing, He does not test to destroy. He tests to reveal what He has placed within you. In the stillness of those nights, when your heart felt heavy and your hope felt thin, something sacred was happening. You were learning to walk by faith and not by sight. You were learning to stand even when you trembled. You were learning to pray even when you felt nothing. Faith birthed in comfort is shallow, but faith birthed in pressure is unbreakable. These testing grounds shaped you in ways comfort never could. They sharpened your discernment. They purified your motives. They strengthened your voice. They deepened your compassion. They remodeled your identity. You entered that season one version of yourself, but you are exiting it, transformed, wiser, stronger, clearer, and far more aligned with the destiny marked over your life. The testing is not the end. It is the doorway. Every chosen one goes through this wilderness. Every chosen one passes through fire. Every chosen one is shaped in the shadows before being lifted into light. You are not the exception. You are the pattern. You have walked the same path as every warrior heaven has ever raised. And now, as the refining nears completion, the weight of the testing begins to lift. You will soon see why you had to endure it. You will understand why certain doors stayed shut. You will grasp why God pulled certain people away. Every unanswered question will eventually point to divine protection. The testing grounds were not your home, they were your training. And now, you are ready for what comes next. Heaven has watched you. Chosen one, not casually, not distantly, but with the attention of a king who recognizes his warrior in the field. You may feel ordinary at times, but in the spiritual realm, your name shines. It glows like ink made of light. It stands out the way a lighthouse stands against a storm. And now, in the halls of heaven, something profound has already been written about you. Your faithfulness has been marked. you must understand this with your spirit, not just your mind. Heaven does not record accomplishments the way people do. Heaven records obedience. Heaven records character. Heaven records the quiet, yes, you whispered, when no one was there to applaud you. Heaven records the moments you stayed loyal to God when life gave you 1,000 reasons to walk away. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 56, verse 8, "You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle." Think about that. Your tears you thought evaporated into nothing, were caught. Every sorrow was seen. Nothing was wasted. Heaven did not overlook a single moment of your journey. In the unseen realm, your tears became seeds. Seeds of destiny. Seeds of elevation. Seeds of breakthrough. Picture this: angels walking through the archives of heaven, stopping at scrolls filled with your story. They touch the places where you endured betrayal. They trace the lines where you forgave people who did not deserve it. They pause at the moments where you pushed through heartbreak with nothing but a thread of hope. And as they read, light vibrates from the pages. Because obedience, especially painful obedience, has a glow that darkness cannot touch. And now, heaven signals your rise. It doesn't come with trumpets. It comes like dawn, quiet but unstoppable. First, a softening in your spirit. Then, a clarity in your mind. Then, a shifting in the atmosphere around you. Destiny rarely arrives in a single moment. It arrives like a tide, pushing you forward, even when you don't notice the movement at first. Chosen one, you are stepping into a season where heaven acknowledges you openly. Think of a gardener who has been watching a buried seed for months, knowing that one morning the soil will break and the green shoot will appear. That moment is sacred, not because the seed suddenly became alive, but because what was alive finally becomes visible. That is what is happening to you. The things you built in darkness are about to surface in the light. The honor of heaven is different from human recognition. People crown you for what you do. Heaven crowns you for who you are when no one is looking. Your name has been spoken in angelic chambers. Plans have been drawn. Assignments have been given. Movements around you shifts. Endings. Opportunities. Divine rearrangements are not random. They are the fulfillment of what God has already written. Chosen one. As you receive this message, I want to extend something from my heart to yours. If the words you hear today nourish your spirit, if they feel like water to the soil of your soul, then I gently invite you to sow back into the voice that pours into you, just as a flame brightens when more oil is added. Your support helps this message reach others, walking through their own darkness. If you feel led, like, share, or subscribe, so the light you receive can ripple outward to someone who needs it. And if you feel a deeper pull, a quiet stirring to donate, know this: you are not giving to a screen, you are fueling a mission. You are placing wood on a fire that warms countless hearts. Your giving becomes a ripple in heaven, a seed placed into fertile soil that returns in ways unseen and unexpected. But hear me clearly, there is no pressure, only invitation. Like a river invites your reflection, but does not demand it. Like a tree offers shade whether you sit beneath it or not. This space exists for your growth, and your presence alone is already a blessing. What matters most is this: heaven has marked your faithfulness. You are entering a season where what was unseen becomes undeniable. You are no longer the seed in the soil. You are the sprout breaking through, and God Himself is the one calling you upward. Your rise has been written. Light does not simply appear. Chosen one. It begins as a whisper, soft, subtle, almost unrecognizable. Before your eyes adjust to brightness, your spirit feels the warm shift first. And right now, your spirit has already sensed it. The first rays of divine intervention are breaking through the long night you have endured. You may not fully see the transformation yet, but the darkness can feel it. That is why certain pressures have intensified. That is why some old emotions have resurfaced. That is why your atmosphere has felt strangely unsettled. Darkness always trembles right before the light arrives. As Jesus Himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden." This light is not merely around you, it is within you. And now heaven is pulling you upward, allowing what has long been buried beneath your pain to rise into visibility. For so long, you walked with dimmed eyes. You moved through life with a weight pressing on your chest, a heaviness that no one else could see. You pushed through days where hope felt thin and nights where fear felt louder than faith. You prayed for answers, for clarity, for peace. But what you didn't realize was that the light wasn't missing. It was maturing. Light matures in darkness the same way seeds do. And you, chosen one, were planted, never buried. Now, heaven is commanding the soil above your destiny to loosen its grip. Breakthrough begins quietly. The ground does not explode open. It cracks slowly, gently, then suddenly. That is where you are standing now, in the crack moment. The transition between hiddenness and emergence. You may notice small things, shifting, a sense of peace returning, a thought of hope you didn't expect, a new boldness rising in moments when you used to shrink back. The light is breaking through your old wounds, your old assumptions, your old fears. It is filling the places you kept sealed off. It is illuminating parts of you that you forgot were strong, capable, worthy, called, more importantly, chosen one. The light is exposing what does not belong. When divine light begins to shine, truth rises to the surface. Hidden motives become clear. People's intentions reveal themselves without effort. Paths that once felt confusing suddenly make sense. You begin to see why God closed certain doors, why He removed certain voices, why He redirected your steps even when you resisted. The light brings revelation, not as punishment, but as preparation. You cannot rise into the next season carrying illusions from the last. And so the light breaks slowly, then boldly, then unmistakably. There will be days when you feel like the world around you brightens without any cause. Days when you feel a warmth in your chest for no reason. Days when you look at your life and realize the heaviness you carried is no longer sitting on your shoulders. That is spiritual light doing its work, restoring, healing, strengthening, realigning. The darkness you walked through did not destroy you, it trained you. It stretched your endurance. It sharpened your discernment. It deepened your faith. Now, that very darkness becomes the backdrop that makes your rising unmistakably radiant. For what good is light if it has never faced the night? Chosen one, you are stepping into a clarity that will surprise even you. Ideas will return. Passion will revive. Creativity will unlock. Doors will open. Opportunities will align. Favor will find you not because of luck, not because of coincidence, but because you endured the night with a heart that refused to turn cold. This light is not gentle sunlight, it is breakthrough light. It does not simply illuminate, it transforms. It rewrites your direction. It shifts your identity. It awakens the parts of you that were dormant due to survival. You will feel more alive in the coming days than you have felt in years. But I want you to do something in this moment, not for me, but as a spiritual act of agreement. Throughout Scripture, God often required His people to make small physical gestures to anchor spiritual truths. Today, I invite you to leave a prophetic sign that you receive the light breaking into your life. Comment, the number 111, a symbol of divine alignment, new beginnings, and heavenly order unfolding over your steps. And let me tell you why this matters. Your comment is not just a number, it is a declaration. It is you saying, I receive the light. I step into alignment. I welcome the new season. It is you recognizing that the darkness is no longer your environment, but your testimony. It is you stepping toward the dawn with intention, not hesitation. Light is breaking through. Chosen one. And soon, the world will witness what heaven has already seen. You begin to notice it. Chosen one, not through loud announcements, but through quiet disconnections. People who once had access to your heart, your thoughts, your vulnerabilities, suddenly feel distant. Conversations that once flowed now feel forced. Situations that used to drain you no longer hold the same power. This is not you becoming cold. This is heaven cutting spiritual cords that were never meant to stay attached to your destiny. Your enemies, both seen and unseen, are losing access. Invisible doors are closing. There were individuals who walked beside you without ever walking with you. Some smiled while secretly hoping you would fail. Others took from you, but never poured back. Some connected to your light only because their own world was dark. They did not love your soul, they loved the energy you carried, the peace you radiated, the strength you never advertised. And because you were genuine, you didn't always see the quiet erosion happening behind the mask of familiarity. And while they walked in your shadow, they never once considered the weight you carried or the storms you endured. They only noticed the shelter you provided, not the lightning you faced. Yet heaven watched it all. And now every hidden intention is being brought into light, so your spirit can finally breathe freely. For the longest time, you mistook attachment for loyalty and presence for partnership. But as the veil lifts, you begin to see with spiritual clarity who was aligned with your purpose and who was merely aligned with your benefits. This revelation isn't meant to wound you, it's meant to release you. But heaven saw, and heaven is responding. The ancient words recorded in Romans chapter 12, verse 19 declare, "Do not take revenge, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, 'It is mine to avenge, I will repay,' says the Lord." This is the season where God repays not with destruction, but with divine separation. Every person who misused your kindness, every voice that planted doubt in your spirit, every connection that slowed your growth, God is gently removing them like weeds pulled from soil that is about to birth something precious. He is not punishing you, He is protecting you. He is not isolating you, He is insulating you. Some relationships ended abruptly because heaven saw conversations you didn't hear. Some doors closed because God overheard whispers spoken behind your back. Some opportunities fell apart because they would have drained you dry. What you called rejection was actually redirection. What you called loss was divine shielding. What you called betrayal was exposure. Chosen one, your spirit has been shifting into a new frequency, one your enemies can no longer access. That is why they cannot read you anymore. That is why they cannot drain you anymore. That is why their manipulation no longer works. That is why their presence no longer affects your peace. Your elevation comes with a spiritual firewall. You are being lifted to a height where former enemies cannot breathe. Like an eagle rising above the storm, you are ascending to an altitude where pettiness suffocates, where jealousy collapses, where spiritual parasites fall away because they cannot survive the purity of the air you are moving into. Do not be surprised if you feel a sudden desire to withdraw from people who once felt familiar. Your spirit knows what your mind is still catching up to. You are outgrowing environments that were too small for your calling. Certain friendships were tied to older versions of you, versions that no longer exist. When you evolve, your circle must evolve with you. And if it doesn't, heaven does the pruning. You may feel moments of sadness as certain bonds dissolve. But remember, cycles must end for new ones to begin. God is not subtracting people to make you lonely. He is subtracting to make you protected. He is making room for those who will honor your heart, respect your calling, and stand with you without draining you. Not everyone deserves access to the chosen, and now, heaven is enforcing that boundary on your behalf. Your enemies are losing the ability to monitor your progress. They are losing the footholds they once had in your emotions. They are losing the illusions they used to hold against you. They are losing the privilege of your presence. Those who misunderstood you will watch God vindicate you. Those who tried to sabotage you will watch God elevate you. Those who spoke against you will witness God rewrite your name in light. This is not their punishment. This is your protection. Your path ahead requires clarity, purity, wisdom, and spiritual focus. Anyone who brings confusion, chaos, manipulation, or heaviness cannot go with you. Heaven is sealing your borders. Angels are guarding your steps. Your spirit is stepping into a realm where only those aligned with God's hand on your life can journey with you. Chosen one, do not fear these endings. They are not endings at all. They are beginnings disguised as release. Your enemies are losing access because your destiny is gaining momentum. The angelic lift does not begin with a trumpet blast. Chosen one, it begins with a shift so gentle, so precise, that only your spirit can perceive it at first. You start to feel as though something is pulling you upward, not physically, but internally. Your thoughts rise, your désir purifie, your vision sharpens. The heaviness that once anchored your soul starts to loosen grain by grain, like sand slipping from your hands. This is the beginning of the supernatural elevation assigned to your life. As the prophet wrote in the scroll of Habakkuk, chapter 3, verse 19, "The sovereign Lord is my strength. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer, and he enables me to tread on the heights." Heaven is enabling you to tread on heights you could not reach on your own. You don't climb into this new season. You are lifted into it. When angels begin their assignment of elevation, the first thing they do is break old cycles. Cycles of discouragement, cycles of emotional heaviness, cycles of fear, cycles of stagnation, cycles that were built from patterns you inherited, environments you survived, and battles you did not choose. You suddenly lose the desire to return to what once felt familiar but draining. The very things that used to captivate you no longer grip your spirit. The hooks fall off. The ties loosen. The cravings fade. This is the angelic lift, undoing the chains you grew accustomed to wearing. At times, you will feel a strange disconnection from your past, not because you are running from it, but because you have outgrown it. Elevation feels like shedding skin that no longer fits. It feels like stepping out of clothes you didn't realize were too tight. Your spirit expands. Stretching toward the higher places heaven has prepared. As the angels lift you, clarity becomes your companion. You begin to understand why certain situations had to end, why certain people had to walk away, why certain dreams were delayed. What once confused you now aligns with divine timing. Your path becomes more visible, even if only a step at a time. This clarity is not accidental. It is the result of being elevated to a vantage point above the fog that once blinded you. Elevation always changes perspective. There were problems that seemed overwhelming simply because you were looking at them from the ground. But now, as heaven lifts you, those same problems shrink. You see angles you couldn't see before. You recognize solutions you never considered. What once felt impossible now feels conquerable. Not because the problem changed, but because your position did. Elevation gives you spiritual altitude, and at higher altitudes, your discernment sharpens. You start sensing danger before it approaches. You begin recognizing blessings before they arrive. You feel when something is off without needing an explanation. This sensitivity is not paranoia, it is training. Your angels are teaching your spirit how to navigate the realm you are rising into. But elevation is not only about clarity, it is also about speed. When angels lift you, what used to move slowly begins to accelerate. Delays break. Stagnation ends. Opportunities that were once stuck begin flowing freely. People who were meant to help you suddenly appear. Doors that refused to open begin unlocking as though they were waiting for this exact moment. The momentum is not random, it is supernatural alignment. There will be moments when you feel overwhelmed by how quickly things begin shifting. But trust this, heaven never accelerates a person unprepared. You endured seasons of stillness so that you could carry this season of movement. Every delay prepared your character. Every trial strengthened your faith. Every hardship anchored your humility. Now the momentum is safe in your hands. As angels lift you, your spirit will also feel lighter, not because life becomes easier, but because the weight that wasn't yours to carry is being removed. Responsibilities that drained, you lose their grip. Emotional burdens dissolve. Thoughts become clearer. Peace returns, not as a fragile emotion, but as a foundation. This is the evidence that heaven is taking the heaviness off your shoulders. Elevation feels like freedom, and yet, chosen one. It also feels like destiny waking up inside you. Dreams you buried begin resurfacing. Ideas you forgot begin stirring. Desires you abandoned begin breathing again. The parts of you that were suffocated by survival are now returning to life. This is the hour when heaven lifts you to where you were always meant to stand. Not lower, not later. Now, the angelic lift is not coming. It has begun. Your spirit has begun to awaken. Chosen one quietly at first, then steadily, then unmistakably. It is the kind of awakening that does not come from motivation or emotion, but from divine ignition. Heaven has breathed on the embers inside you, and what was once dim is beginning to burn again. You may feel it as restlessness, as clarity, as sudden bursts of insight, or as a new hunger for truth that feels almost supernatural. This is your inner world rising into alignment with what heaven has already spoken over you. Awakening is not sudden brightness, it is gradual unveiling. There were parts of you that fell asleep during seasons of survival. Your creativity dimmed, your passion quieted, your spiritual sensitivity softened, your confidence shrank under the weight of disappointment. But none of it died, it merely rested until the appointed time, and that time is now. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. Chapter 33, verse 3. Call to me, and I will answer you, and tell you great and hidden things you have not known. These hidden things are not merely mysteries in the world, they are mysteries within you. When your spirit awakens, heaven begins revealing layers of yourself you never explored, strength you never realized you carried, wisdom you did not know you possessed, courage that was buried beneath years of endurance. The awakening uncovers all of it. You begin sensing things before they happen. You discern shifts in atmospheres you once ignored. People's true intentions become clear without explanation. What once clouded your judgment now appears obvious. This is spiritual sight, waking up after a long night. You are not becoming suspicious, you are becoming aware. Awakening also brings hunger, the kind that makes you crave peace more than attention, purpose more than comfort, truth more than validation. You begin to feel repelled by anything that drains your spirit. Conversations that used to entertain you now feel shallow. Environments that once felt familiar now feel too small. Your spirit is stretching, expanding, reaching upward toward the light, breaking over your life. And with awakening comes remembrance. Dreams you buried resurface like old songs. You suddenly remember the words to visions you abandoned return with clarity. Ideas you once dismissed begin beating like a second heartbeat. You start recognizing pieces of the person you were always meant to be, pieces that life tried to bury but could never kill. There is also a sacred discomfort that rises in this awakening. You feel it when you can't tolerate old patterns anymore. When you outgrow things that once held your interest. When your soul refuses to settle for the bare minimum of life. This discomfort is not frustration, it is expansion. You are being stretched into the shape of your calling. You may begin to sense a fire inside you. One that does not burn with anger, but with purpose. It calls you forward, whispers to you at night, interrupts your doute, and pulls you away from anything beneath your destiny. This fire is the mark of the awakened, chosen one. Your spirit is waking up to the truth of who you are. Not broken, not forgotten, not ordinary, appointed, anointed, aligned. The awakening is also the moment when heaven begins downloading clarity into your heart, clarity about relationships, clarity about choices, clarity about your identity. You may begin seeing the difference between who you are and who you learn to be to survive. You may feel layers peeling off fear, guilt, shame, insecurity, like old clothing slipping from your shoulders. This is not random emotional fluctuation. This is divine recalibration. You are returning to your original frequency, the one heaven gave you before the world wounded you. And so, In honor of this awakening, I invite you to make a simple declaration, not for me, not for attention, but as a spiritual act that seals what is happening in your life right now. Comment, I am awakening. Let me tell you why this matters. Words are spiritual keys. When you speak them, even in writing, you give permission for your spirit to rise into what God is activating. This declaration affirms the shift already happening within you. It tells heaven, I am ready for clarity. It tells your past, you no longer define me. It tells your future, I am stepping toward you. End of from. Your comment is not a response, it is participation. Because awakening is not passive. It requires agreement. Chosen one. Your spirit is awakening. And once awakened, you will never return to the version of yourself that lived in survival mode. Your eyes will see differently. Your heart will beat differently. Your choices will align differently. The awakening is here, and it is only the beginning. You do not receive your crown in a room full of applause. Chosen one. Heaven does not place honor on your head while crowds are watching. Crowns are given in silence when no one is looking, when no one expects it, when no one even believes you are being prepared for destiny. And right now, in the unseen realm, something has already been placed upon you, a weight that is not heavy, but holy, a presence that rests on your shoulders like soft gold, as was spoken in the sacred texts of old. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 62, verse 3, you will be a crown of splendor in the Lord's hand. A Hoyao Jiading In, the hand of your God. This crown is not made of earthly metal. It is made of endurance, obedience, perseverance, purity, and the faith you kept when everything around you tried to silence your spirit. It is woven with threads of every tear you prayed through. It carries the shine of every temptation you resisted. It carries the fragrance of every quiet. Yes, you whispered to God when no one else heard. You are crowned in the quiet, because the quiet is where heaven sees you most clearly. Think of a potter shaping clay. The masterpiece is formed long before the world sees it. The shaping is done in stillness. The spinning is done in hiddenness. And only when it is complete does the potter bring it into the light. That is what God has done with you. While others misjudged your season as stagnation, heaven saw it as sculpting. While some thought you had fallen back, God was forming you into something they could not yet comprehend. You carried storms in silence, and heaven answered with a crown. This is the crown of someone who survived spiritual droughts that would have dried out lesser souls. Someone who kept praying while carrying the weight of confusion. Someone who chose righteousness over revenge, peace over chaos, compassion over bitterness. You became the kind of vessel heaven can trust, not because you were perfect, but because you were faithful. And when heaven crowns you, everything about you changes quietly. Your thoughts rise to a higher level. Your decisions become more precise. Your presence begins to shift atmospheres without effort. You walk differently, not in pride, but in alignment. You see differently, not with suspicion, but with clarity. Your heart beats differently, not in fear, but in calm authority. Crowns change posture, but a heavenly crown also changes what surrounds you. The wrong people feel uncomfortable around you. Small-minded conversations no longer hold your attention. Environments that once felt comfortable suddenly feel too small. That is because you are no longer fitting into the old version of yourself. You are expanding into your anointed identity and chosen one. I want you to know something else. When heaven crowns you in private, it is only a matter of time before God reveals you in public. Just like a sunrise that first glows behind the mountains before spilling across the sky, your elevation will begin quietly, then grow brighter, then become undeniable. People will not understand how you suddenly carry wisdom you didn't have before. They will not recognize the spiritual authority in your tone. They will wonder how your presence feels more grounded, more radiant, more commanding. They won't realize this is not sudden. It was shaped in silence. And if this message touches your spirit, if it speaks to the unspoken chapters of your journey, then I invite you gently and sincerely to support the space that pours into you. Like a traveler adding stones to a lighthouse so others can find their way. Your like, share, comment, subscription, or even a donation becomes part of the beacon that guides other souls through their darkness. Your support is not for me, it is for the mission, for the next person who is breaking silently, for the next chosen one waiting for confirmation, for the next heart that needs a word at the perfect moment. If you feel led, respond in whatever way aligns with your spirit through a like, a share, a subscription, or a donation that becomes a seed of light. No pressure, no obligation, only invitation. As gentle as the crown placed upon you, because today, heaven recognizes you, heaven honors you, heaven crowns you in the quiet. And soon, the world will see the glow that has already begun. Acceleration does not feel like speed at first. Chosen one. It feels like alignment. It feels like things that once resisted you suddenly cooperating. It feels like the invisible gears of your life, long rusted from waiting, beginning to turn again with quiet, steady purpose. You may not notice the shift immediately, but the realm of the Spirit already knows. The season of delay has ended, and heaven has authorized your momentum. Acceleration is not random. It is divine order. There were seasons where every step forward felt like walking through mud. Every prayer felt delayed. Every breakthrough felt postponed. You tried to move, but the weight of confusion and opposition pulled you backward. You tried to progress, but circumstances tightened around you like invisible restraints. You were not stagnant because of weakness. You were held in place because heaven was building the foundation you needed. Acceleration without preparation is destruction, but acceleration after refinement is destiny. The apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 58. Stand firm. Let nothing move you. Your labor in the Lord is not in vain. Nothing you endured was wasted. Nothing you survived is meaningless. Every quiet act of obedience, every moment you chose faith over fear, every tear watered the soil for this very season. Heaven saw your endurance not as suffering, but as investment. And now, the return on that investment is movement, swift, purposeful, unstoppable movement. Chosen one. One of the first signs of divine acceleration is clarity. You suddenly know what needs to stay and what needs to go. You feel a heavenly urgency to reorganize, restructure, and release. You may find yourself cleaning your environment, re-evaluating relationships, or shifting priorities. This is not impulsive change, it is spiritual readiness. Your spirit is clearing the runway for takeoff. Another sign of acceleration is opportunity appearing in unexpected places. Not opportunities that distract, but opportunities that align. Conversations unfold that open doors. Reminders appear at the perfect moment. Resources find you. People who are part of your destiny begin entering your path naturally, without force or anxiety. These are not coincidences, they are divine appointments. Acceleration also brings a sharpening of your intuition. You feel God's guidance more distinctly. You hear His nudges more clearly. Decisions that once confused you suddenly make perfect sense. Ideas flow effortlessly. Creativity returns with force. Solutions come faster than problems can arise. This is what happens when heaven's wind gets behind your back instead of pressing against you. For so long, you pushed boulders uphill. Now the incline has shifted. What was uphill is becoming downhill. Where you once strained, you will soon glide. And yet, acceleration is not merely external. It begins within you, your mindset, your perspective, your identity. You begin thinking at the level of the future God is calling you into. You adopt the posture of someone who knows they are chosen. Your fears lose their grip. Your doubts weaken. Your inner world speeds up before anything outward catches up. Heaven never accelerates your life until your spirit is strong enough to carry the speed. Another truth few understand is this: divine acceleration often looks slow to outsiders. They will see small steps, unaware of the massive spiritual momentum pushing you forward. But you will feel it. You will sense the pull, the draw, the magnetic guidance of heaven moving you from where you were into where you belong. Acceleration also exposes what cannot survive your next season. Suddenly, old habits become uncomfortable. Outdated patterns feel heavy. People who drained your energy fall away because they cannot keep pace with where you are going. Some will misunderstand your shift. Some will misinterpret your elevation. But acceleration does not wait for agreement. It follows assignment. You will see in the coming days that things once out of reach will begin aligning with supernatural ease. What you prayed for with trembling will come with steady confirmation. The areas of your life that were once chaotic will begin to stabilize. Healing will progress quickly. Doors will open swiftly. Breakthroughs will unfold smoothly. Not because life is suddenly perfect, but because heaven has ordained movement. Chosen one. You are stepping into a season where God compresses time. What should have taken years will take months. What should have taken months will take weeks. Not by might, not by power, but by divine arrangement. The delays were real, but the acceleration will be greater. Every step ahead of you is charged with purpose. Every breath you take moves you forward. Every choice you make brings you closer to what heaven has already prepared. This is not a moment to fear. This is not a moment to question. This is the moment to trust the wind beneath you. Acceleration has begun, and heaven is guiding every second of it. Stepping into your radiance does not happen in a single burst of glory. Chosen one. It happens in layers, soft, rising, unmistakable layers of transformation that reveal the truth of who you are and who you were always meant to become. The radiance heaven is calling you into right now is not physical beauty or superficial confidence. It is the glow that comes from a soul healed, a spirit awakened, and a destiny activated. Radiance is not something you try to create, it is something you allow. And right now, Heaven is peeling back every veil that once dimmed your light. The insecurities, the old wounds, the voices that made you doubt yourself, the environments that made you shrink, the people who made you second-guess your worth. Every layer that once muted your shine is being removed. This is why you feel different. This is why your spirit feels lighter. This is why your heart is beginning to expand into a sense of peace you haven't felt in years. According to what is revealed in the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 5, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. This is the truth rising in you. Darkness did not defeat you. It shaped you. You learned how to glow, not because life was kind, but because heaven preserved your fire in the coldest nights of your journey. You kept your heart soft when betrayal tried to harden it. You kept your faith alive when disappointment tried to silence it. You kept your spirit open when pain tried to close it. This radiance you are stepping into is not accidental, it is earned. But understand this, radiance is responsibility. When you rise into your light, you begin to see life differently. Your purpose sharpens. Your intuition heightens. Your values realign. You feel a pull toward things that nourish your soul and a quiet aversion to anything that drains you. You begin to outgrow old versions of yourself without trying. You become clearer, gentler, stronger, and more intentional. And here is the mystery that many never understand. When heaven activates your radiance, the world responds. Some people will be drawn to you without knowing why. They'll sense your peace. They'll feel your clarity. They'll recognize your authenticity. Others, however, those who benefited from your insecurity, those who fed on your self-doubt, those who felt comfortable when you were dimmed, will feel threatened by your glow. They won't understand why you no longer tolerate what once broke you. They won't recognize the new boundaries. They won't know how to handle the confidence that now flows from your healed identity. Radiance reveals who is aligned and who is attached. You will begin to notice a shift in your atmosphere. Where anxiety once lived, peace settles. Where confusion once clouded you, clarity emerges. Where fear once anchored your decisions, faith takes its rightful place. This is not mood, it is metamorphosis. Your radiance is not just light, it is liberation. And you will feel it physically, emotionally, spiritually. You will feel it in the way you wake up, the way you breathe, the way you speak. You will feel it in the way you no longer chase things that do not nourish you. You will feel it in the way you naturally drift toward what aligns with your purpose. This radiance is also recognition not from people, but from heaven. Angels respond to those who rise. Blessings gravitate toward those who glow with truth. Breakthrough aligns with those who step boldly into who they really are. And your radiance, chosen one, will become a signal in the spirit realm, a sign that you are ready for the next chapter written about you long before you understood your calling. Heaven does not rush this stage, it reveals it gradually, like sunrise slipping over the horizon, filling the sky with color before the world realizes morning has arrived. You are becoming that sunrise. And now, I want you to seal this moment, not for me, not for attention, but as a prophetic act that marks the very hour your radiance begins to unfold. Heaven often required physical gestures from those stepping into new seasons, not because the gesture held power, but because agreement does. So I invite you, comment 444. Let me explain why this matters. Numbers carry symbolism throughout Scripture, and in spiritual language, 444 represents open doors, angelic presence, and alignment with divine truth. When you comment this number, you are not typing digits on a screen, you are declaring, I step into my radiance. I agree with the light rising in me. I align with what heaven is activating. Your comment becomes a signature, a seal, a declaration of readiness. Because radiance is not something you wait for, it is something you step into. And today, heaven declares, your light can no longer be hidden, your glow can no longer be muted, your purpose can no longer be delayed. You are stepping into your radiance fully, boldly, fearlessly. The mantle of influence does not fall suddenly. Chosen one, it descends like a cloak woven from every trial you have endured, every lesson you have learned, and every moment heaven has shaped your character in silence. Influence in the kingdom of God is not about popularity or applause. It is about spiritual weight. It is about the authority you carry when you walk into a room, the peace that follows your footsteps, the wisdom that flows from your spirit, and the way heaven responds when you speak. This mantle is being placed on you now quietly, intentionally, purposefully. Influence begins when God decides you are ready to carry responsibility beyond yourself. It is the shift from surviving into leading, from healing into helping, from walking alone into guiding others through the same valleys you once cried through. You may not feel qualified. You may not feel prepared. But heaven is not looking for perfection. Heaven is looking for submission. And you have consistently said yes, even when it hurt. As the voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. This stillness, you learned the stillness that came from surrender, from trust, from choosing faith over fear, has become the foundation of your influence. People follow those who have walked through storms without losing their anchor. People listen to those whose lives carry spiritual evidence, not empty words. Your journey has carved depth into you, and depth is the birthplace of true impact. You might think, but who am I to influence anyone? Yet heaven answers back, you are the one who survived. You are the one who kept your heart pure. You are the one who chose integrity when others chose convenience. You are the one who walked through darkness carrying light, even when it flickered. You are the one who refused to let bitterness shape your story. Influence is not granted to the strongest, it is granted to the faithful. This mantle is forming around you in subtle ways. You may notice that people begin coming to you for advice without you asking. Strangers feel safe, sharing their pain with you. Friends seek your wisdom. Even in moments when you feel empty, your presence brings comfort to others. That is not coincidence, that is calling. Your voice carries weight, not because it is loud, but because it is rooted in truth. Your steps carry authority, not because you push forward, but because heaven walks with you. Your life carries influence not because you seek it, but because you embody what others are looking for: authenticity, resilience, spirit-led clarity. Chosen one. The mantle of influence also shifts the atmosphere around you. You may notice that spiritual warfare increases not as punishment, but as confirmation. Darkness always reacts to rising authority, but heaven surrounds those who carry the mantle. In seasons when you feel pressure, It is not a sign of weakness, it is proof of impact. You will also experience separation through this mantle. Not everyone can walk with someone who is stepping into influence. Some will misunderstand you. Others will feel intimidated by your growth. Some will distance themselves because your elevation exposes their stagnation. Do not take it personally. Influence requires emotional space. God removes noise so your voice can rise clearly. And while influence impacts people, its first purpose is to impact you. Heaven shifts your mindset so you think on a higher level. You feel a deeper responsibility for your choices. Your conversations become more intentional. Your spirit becomes more disciplined. Your heart becomes more anchored in compassion. You begin to see the world not as a battlefield of survival, but as a mission field of souls who need light. Your influence is not mere motivation, it is transformation. It comes through your presence, your posture, your resilience, your discernment, your courage. It comes from the fire God pulled you through and the faith you carried out of the flames. And now, you will become a voice for those who cannot yet hear God clearly, a guide for those who feel lost in the dark, a light for those whose hope has flickered into embers. Influence is not about being followed. It is about leading others toward healing. It is about reflecting heaven's heart in earthly spaces. It is about becoming a lighthouse in a world filled with storms. And you, chosen one, your glow, your pain, your wisdom, your story are a lighthouse heaven has prepared carefully. Do not shrink from this mantle. Do not doubt your assignment. Do not underestimate the authority on your life. Heaven has placed influence on your shoulders so that through you, others will rise. There is a sound in heaven that is unlike any other, a sound that is not thunder, not wind, not music, but celebration. Not the kind of celebration humans create, but a holy resonance that vibrates through the unseen realm whenever one of God's chosen ones breaks through a season that was meant to destroy them. And right now, chosen one, that sound is rising because heaven is celebrating you. For a long time, it felt like your victories were invisible. You overcame battles no one saw. You fought through nights no one knew about. You carried pain no one recognized. And when you finally reached the end of certain storms, it felt like there was no applause, no acknowledgement, no visible reward. But heaven celebrates differently. Heaven celebrates faithfulness, not visibility. Heaven celebrates endurance, not acknowledgement. Heaven celebrates obedience, not applause. As we are reminded in the writings of David in Psalm 30, verse 5, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Your morning is not coming, it has arrived. Your joy is not on the way, it has been released. Heaven has not waited for everyone else to understand your worth before celebrating you. Heaven recognized your worth long before your tears began to fall. Heaven celebrates because you refused to break in the places designed to break you. Heaven celebrates because you kept your heart soft when bitterness wanted to take root. Heaven celebrates because you stayed faithful in the valley where others would have folded. Heaven celebrates because you trusted God even when the path made no sense. Every trial became testimony. Every setback became shaping. Every delay became preparation. And now, every breakthrough becomes celebration. Heaven's celebration over your life is not subtle, it is movement. It is alignment. It is favor. It is restoration. It is the sound of angels preparing for what comes next. When heaven celebrates a chosen one, the spiritual realm shifts in their favor. You may start to notice unusual peace settling over your mind, peace that does not match your circumstances. That peace is a sign of heaven's applause. You may sense your spirit feeling lighter, as if something invisible has lifted off you. That is celebration becoming liberation. You may feel the atmosphere around you brightening, as though something warm is rising from within. That is joy taking its rightful place. Heaven's celebration is not noise, it is transformation. It is the gentle rearranging of what once felt heavy. It is the quiet healing of wounds you forgot you carried. It is the soft unfolding of blessings that were stored for the right time. And this is the right time. You have crossed a spiritual threshold. You have stepped out of a season marked by pressure and into a season marked by promise. Heaven celebrates this transition because not everyone reaches it. Many get lost in bitterness. Many crumble under disappointment. Many let their faith die in the silence. But you held on. You kept moving. You kept believing, even when belief felt fragile. This is why heaven is rejoicing, because your faith survived what was meant to kill it. You will begin to see subtle evidence of this joy manifesting in your daily life. You will laugh more easily. You will breathe more deeply. You will wake up without heaviness pressing against your chest. You will find yourself remembering who you are, who you were before the pain, and who you are becoming after the healing. Heaven's joy over you is not merely emotional, it is prophetic. It signals the opening of doors you once thought were locked forever. It announces the arrival of opportunities that align with your purpose. It brings divine connections, people who recognize your spirit, not your scars. It releases blessings that were held back until your character was ready to receive them. Heaven's celebration also signals completion. Completion of old cycles. Completion of spiritual tests. Completion of a chapter that has run its course. You may feel a surprising sense of closure rising in your heart, an inner knowing that certain seasons no longer have authority over you. That is not you breaking away. That is heaven lifting you above what once tried to hold you down. Chosen one. Heaven celebrates because you have shifted. You are no longer surviving. You are rising. You are no longer questioning. You are hearing. You are no longer wandering. You are aligning. You are no longer wounded. You are wise. This celebration is not a moment. It is a season where you will feel carried instead of burdened, a season where restoration comes faster than loss, a season where blessings come easier than struggle, a season where joy stays longer than sorrow. Heaven celebrates your breakthrough because heaven knows what comes next, a rise that no darkness can dim, a purpose that no enemy can sabotage, a joy that no circumstance can steal, a calling that no human can cancel. Heaven's celebration is your confirmation. You made it, and greater things are unfolding before you. Your calling does not reveal itself all at once. Chosen one. It unfolds the way dawn lifts the shadows slowly, at first, then steadily, then with a brilliance that cannot be ignored. What you are stepping into now is not a random shift, not a temporary wave of clarity, but the unveiling of the mission heaven has been preparing you for since the very beginning. Your entire journey, every valley, every heartbreak, every delay, every hidden battle was shaping you into someone who can carry assignment without collapsing under its weight. And now, heaven is whispering what you've long sensed but never fully understood. This is why you survived. As the ancient words recorded in the second book of Samuel, Chapter 22, verse 33. Declare, "It is God who arms me with strength and keeps my way secure." This strength you carry is not your own. It is the strength heaven equipped you with. Brick by brick, battle by battle, your calling becomes clear, not because life becomes easy, but because your spirit becomes ready. You begin to see patterns you never saw before. You start connecting pieces that used to feel scattered. Situations from your past suddenly make sense. Doors that closed. People who left. Opportunities that faded. What once felt like loss now feels like divine strategy. Your calling has been quietly shaping itself behind the scenes. And now heaven is pulling back the curtain. The clarity comes in waves. A thought that feels too wise to be your own. A sudden realization in the middle of an ordinary moment. A surge of confidence that does not match your circumstances. A pull toward a specific direction. Deeper than emotion. Stronger than logic. This is heaven unveiling assignment. Your calling is not limited to a job, a title, or a role. It is the impact your presence makes, the atmosphere your spirit shifts, the healing your words carry, the light your life releases. Some are called to lead crowds, others are called to heal individuals, some are called to build, others to restore, others to guide, others to awaken. Whatever your assignment is, it aligns perfectly with who you are, not the wounded version of you, but the rising version. You feel it, don't you? A stirring, a certainty, a sense of purpose pressing gently against your heart. This is heaven confirming that you are stepping into the identity you once feared was too big for you. And I want to speak this truth clearly. Your calling will not require you to shrink. Your calling will not ask you to silence yourself. Your calling will not punish you for your sensitivity, compassion, or spiritual depth. Those traits are not weaknesses. They are the very tools heaven has sharpened for your mission. As your purpose becomes clear, you will begin to notice divine alignment. People show up at the exact time you need them. Opportunities appear that match the very desires you kept buried. Wisdom flows through you as if you've tapped into a deeper well. Creativity awakens with new direction. Ideas that once seemed impossible now feel attainable, even urgent. This clarity is confirmation, but chosen one. Stepping into purpose is a sacred journey, one that grows stronger when supported by community. If this message speaks life into you, if it guides you, nourishes you, or helps you see what heaven sees in you, then I invite you gently, sincerely, with no pressure to support this mission, just like a traveler leaves stones at the foot of a mountain to mark the path for those who come after the pastorally. Your like, your share, your subscription, your donation, or even your comment becomes a stone of guidance for others who are still wandering in their valleys. You are not just receiving, you are helping the next soul rise. Your support becomes part of the calling unfolding through this work. It becomes a seed of light poured back into the space that pours into you. And it allows these words to reach the next chosen one who needs them at the perfect moment. If you feel led only if your heart responds, let your support reflect your gratitude, your alignment, or your desire to see others awakened. And if nothing else, leave a comment on this message. Your voice adds weight. Your presence adds strength. Your words might become the confirmation someone else has been praying for, because your calling, chosen one, is not meant to be walked alone. and the work you are stepping into will echo far beyond this moment. You are rising into purpose now, not by accident, not by emotion, but by divine appointment. Heaven has waited for this hour. Your spirit has been shaped for this mission, and your destiny finally comes into focus. Walking fully in the light is not a moment, it is a becoming. Chosen one. It is the gradual, undeniable emergence of the version of you that heaven always knew, the version that pain tried to bury, fear tried to silence, and darkness tried to delay. This stage of your journey is not about receiving light, it is about embodying it. It is about carrying God's radiance into every space you enter, every decision you make, every word you speak. For the first time in a long time, you feel aligned from the inside out. There is no longer a war within you. Your spirit, your heart, your purpose, and your path are beginning to move in the same direction. The confusion that once clouded your mind is dissolving. The heaviness that sat on your chest like a shadow is lifting. What once felt complicated is becoming clear. What once felt distant is becoming reachable, as revealed through the writings in the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 8. For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. This is your invitation, not just to shine, but to walk differently. Walking in the light means you no longer respond from the wounds of your past, but from the wisdom of your growth. It means your decisions flow from clarity, not fear. Your boundaries come from confidence, not insecurity. Your steps are guided by conviction, not confusion. You begin to realize that the light within you is not fragile, it is indestructible because heaven ignited it. And as you walk deeper into this light, you begin to notice subtle but powerful changes. You speak differently. You love differently. You listen differently. You respond differently. This is not you becoming someone new, it is you becoming someone true. Walking in the light also means recognizing the authority you carry. You are no longer tossed back and forth by emotions, circumstances, or the opinions of others. You no longer shrink to make others comfortable. You no longer dim yourself to fit into environments that were too small for your calling. You begin to understand that your presence itself is an assignment. Wherever you go, something shifts, not because you force it, but because light naturally disrupts darkness. There will be moments when this new level of clarity feels almost surreal. You may look at situations that once overwhelmed you and wonder how they ever had power over you. You may interact with people who once intimidated you and realize that your spirit no longer bends under pressure. You may walk through environments that once drained you and feel untouched, even protected. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. The light you carry now is not borrowed, it is anchored. This light also reveals your strength, not the loud kind of strength people applaud, but the quiet, steady strength that comes from surviving things no one understood. The strength that comes from forgiving what was never apologized for. The strength that comes from rebuilding yourself without recognition. The strength that comes from choosing softness in a world that wanted you hardened. Heaven sees this strength as brilliance. Walking in the light also means walking with wisdom. You begin recognizing spiritual patterns, noticing red flags faster, sensing misalignment before it reaches your heart. Discernment becomes natural. Peace becomes your compass. Truth becomes your standard. You stop settling for almost halfway. or barely enough. You stop negotiating with what drains you. You walk away from what distorts you. You gravitate toward what feeds your soul. This light uncovers your identity. This light reveals your purpose. This light announces your arrival. You become aware that you are not just stepping into light, you are light. And with this awareness comes responsibility. Heaven does not elevate you so you can shine for applause. Heaven elevates you so you can shine with purpose. Your glow is meant to guide, not glamorize. It is meant to heal, not impress. It is meant to awaken others whose spirits have been dimmed by life. As you walk fully in this light, you will attract those who recognize your spirit and repel those who fear it. Some will be drawn to your authenticity. Others will distance themselves because your clarity exposes their confusion. Do not shrink because of either reaction. Light does not worry about how darkness responds. It simply exists. And in its existence, it transforms. Walking in the light means understanding that your life is no longer defined by survival. You are not the broken version of yourself. You are not the doubting version. You are not the wounded version. You are the rising, restored, radiant version, the one heaven has been shaping for this moment. And as you continue walking, you will feel something profound settle into your spirit, a calm, unshakable, knowing that you are exactly where God wants you to be, not behind, not delayed, not lost, aligned. This is your era of clarity, confidence, and divine presence. This is where you walk boldly, shine freely, and stand firmly. This is what it means to walk in the light fully, fearlessly, faithfully. You stand now in the fullness of what heaven has been preparing you for. Chosen one, the rise of God's appointed vessel. This moment is not the result of luck, coincidence, or sudden fortune. It is the manifestation of every unseen battle you fought, every silent prayer you whispered, every act of obedience you carried out when your heart felt weary. You are not standing here by accident. You are standing here because you were always meant to rise. In this final stretch of your transformation, heaven opens your eyes to see yourself the way God has always seen you, not as wounded, not as lost, not as overlooked, but as chosen, anointed, strengthened, and set apart with unmistakable purpose. You begin to understand why your path was different, why your warfare was heavier, why your seasons felt longer. The weight of your calling required deeper shaping. As the prophet Isaiah declared in the ancient writings of Scripture, in Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 1, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." You are rising, not timidly, not partially, but fully. This rising is not a single moment, it is a posture. It is a knowing. It is the quiet strength that fills your bones after years of endurance. It is the authority that settles in your spirit after passing tests that would have broken many. You rise because heaven declared it. You rise because darkness can no longer hold what was born for light. You rise because your destiny has matured. There is a shift that happens inside you, subtle at first, then powerful. You begin walking differently, not in arrogance, but in alignment. You speak with a clarity that surprises even you. You make decisions with confidence because your intuition has sharpened. You embrace opportunities without fear because you finally understand that heaven is backing every step you take. And others will notice this rise before you fully do. Some will be drawn to the glow that rests on you, sensing peace where they expected uncertainty. Others will be confused by your elevation, unable to understand how someone who endured such battles can stand with such grace. A few may even feel intimidated, because your rising reveals their reluctance to grow. But none of these reactions change the truth. You are rising exactly as heaven ordained. The rise of God's chosen one is not loud. It is steady. It is like a mountain forming beneath the earth. Pressure, heat, shaping, then emergence. It is like the tide returning after a long night, consistent, powerful, unstoppable. It is like dawn breaking across the horizon, soft at first, then brilliant, then undeniable. This rise is also a reclaiming. You are reclaiming your peace, the peace that life tried to fracture. You are reclaiming your identity, the identity people tried to distort. You are reclaiming your joy, the joy sorrow tried to bury. You are reclaiming your voice, the voice silence tried to steal. And as you reclaim, heaven restores. The relationships meant for you begin aligning. The opportunities ordained for you begin emerging. The blessings stored for you begin unfolding. The purpose designed for you begins activating. You are stepping into a rhythm guided not by fear, but by divine orchestration. In this rise, you also begin to understand your lineage, not earthly lineage, but spiritual lineage. You come from a line of warriors who endured wildernesses, giants, storms, and trials, yet still rose into destiny. You carry the endurance of Joseph, the courage of Esther, the resilience of David, the clarity of Paul, the fire of Elijah, and the faith of Abraham. You are not small. You are not unprepared. You are not insignificant. You come from a divine inheritance. You rise not just for yourself, but for every soul connected to your assignment. Your rising carries healing for others. Your breakthrough becomes someone else's inspiration. Your clarity becomes someone else's guidance. Your obedience becomes someone else's confirmation. Heaven lifts you so that through you, others will see the fingerprint of God. And as you stand here stronger, wiser, sharper, you realize something breathtaking. You are no longer the version of yourself that entered the valley. You have become the warrior who walks out of it carrying light. This rise is not temporary. It is not fragile. It is not conditional. It is sealed by heaven, protected by angels, and sustained by purpose. You rise now not as someone trying to prove themselves, but as someone who finally knows themselves, not as someone seeking validation, but as someone walking in divine authorization, not as someone climbing for visibility, but as someone elevated by God's hand, chosen one. You stand at the dawn of your greatest chapter. Heaven has lifted you. The darkness has lost you. The light has claimed you, and your destiny has begun. And now, beloved chosen one, take a breath, a deep one. Let your shoulders relax. Let your spirit settle. You have walked through every chapter of this journey, one revelation at a time, one truth at a time, one transformation at a time. You did not reach this point by accident. You were guided here, prepared here, strengthened here. Everything you read was not merely words, it was confirmation of what heaven has already begun in you. You are not stepping into a new season blindly. You are stepping into it equipped. The insights you received, the clarity that awakened, the peace that stirred within you, these are not temporary feelings. They are spiritual markers of the shift taking place inside your life. As you move forward, remember, you are not returning to who you were. You are not shrinking back into old patterns. You are not walking with the weight that once held you down. You are moving with lightness, with intention, with divine alignment. You are moving as someone who has been chosen, crowned, lifted, healed, and awakened. The road ahead will not be free of obstacles, but it will be filled with guidance. It will be filled with favor. It will be filled with protection. You will not walk it alone. Heaven is committed to your journey. Step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment. Carry this truth with you. Your story is not ending. It is unfolding. And what comes next will reveal the glory of every silent victory you've ever won. Walk forward now. Chosen one. The light is already waiting for you.